Acropolis of Athens. The Acropolis of Athens is an ancient citadel located on a rocky outcrop above the city of Athens, Greece, and contains the remains of several ancient buildings of great architectural and historical significance, the most famous being the Parthenon. The word Acropolis is from the Greek words kaparomikronou, akron, a highest point extremity, and pylamdiota, polis, city. The term Acropolis is generic, and there are many other Acropolis in Greece. During ancient times, the Acropolis of Athens was also more properly known as Cecropia, after the legendary serpent man Cecrops, the supposed first Athenian king. While there is evidence that the hill was inhabited as early as the 4th millennium BC, it was Pericles, 495 to 429 BC, in the 5th century BC, who coordinated the construction of the buildings whose present remains are the site's most important ones, including the Parthenon, the Propylaea, the Erechtheion, and the Temple of Athena Nike. The Parthenon and the other buildings were seriously damaged during the 1687 siege by the Venetians during the Mauryan War, when gunpowder being stored by the then Turkish rulers in the Parthenon was hit by a Venetian bombardment and exploded. History. The Acropolis, located on a 150 meters, 490 feet, rock in Athens, has been documented since the Middle Neolithic era. It is believed to have been home to a Mycenaean megaron palace during the Late Bronze Age. A Cyclopean massive circuit wall was built around the Acropolis, serving as its main defense until the 5th century. The Archaic era saw the construction of the Hecatompedon, a Doric limestone building, between 570 and 550 BC. Another temple, the Old Temple of Athena, was built between 529 and 520 BC. The temple was destroyed during the Second Persian invasion of Greece, but was likely reconstructed in 454 BC. In 500 BC, the Hecatompedon was dismantled to make way for the older Parthenon, which was built using Piraeus limestone. The plan was revised in 490 BC, with marble used instead. The older Parthenon was burned and looted by the Persians in 480 BC, but many architectural parts of the unfinished temple were incorporated into the newly built northern curtain wall of the Acropolis. The devastated site was cleared of debris, and statues, cult objects, religious offerings, and unsalvageable architectural members were ceremoniously buried in pits on the hill. This Persian debris was the richest archaeological deposit excavated on the Acropolis by 1890. The Acropolis, a Greek city, was rebuilt by Pericles during the Golden Age of Athens, 460 to 430 BC, with most major temples, including the Parthenon, rebuilt. Phidias, an Athenian sculptor, and Ictinus and Callicrates were responsible for the reconstruction. During 437 BC, Nesicles started building the Propylaea, a monumental gate at the western end of the Acropolis with Doric columns of Pentelic marble. The Temple of Athena Nike in Pentelic marble was built between 421 BC and 409 BC, preserving the essentials of Greek temple design. The elegant Temple of Erechtheion in Pentelic marble, 421 to 406 BC, was constructed with a complex plan considering uneven ground and the need to circumvent several shrines. During the Hellenistic and Roman periods, many existing buildings in the area of the Acropolis were repaired to remedy damage from age and occasionally war. Monuments to foreign kings were erected, and the Temple of Roma and Augustus was built between 450 BC and 448 BC. During the Byzantine, Latin, and Ottoman periods, the Parthenon was used as a church dedicated to the Virgin Mary, and the Propylaea functioned as the city's administrative center. After the Ottoman conquest of Greece, the Propylaea were used as the garrison headquarters of the Turkish army, and the Parthenon was converted into a mosque. The Acropolis was besieged thrice during the Greek War of Independence, with a new bulwark named after Odysseus Androutsos built between 1822 and 1825 to protect the Clepsydra Spring. After independence, most features dated from the Byzantine, Frankish, and Ottoman periods were cleared from the site to restore the monument to its original form. Some antiquities from the Acropolis were exhibited in the Old Acropolis Museum. Archaeological remains. The entrance to the Acropolis was a monumental gateway termed the Propylaea. To the south of the entrance is the tiny Temple of Athena Nike. At the center of the Acropolis is the Parthenon or Temple of Athena Parthenos, Athena the Virgin. East of the entrance and north of the Parthenon is the temple known as the Erechtheion. South of the platform that forms the top of the Acropolis there are also the remains of the ancient, though often remodeled, theater of Dionysus. A few hundred meters away, there is the now partially reconstructed Odeon of Herodes Atticus. All the valuable ancient artifacts are situated in the Acropolis Museum, which resides on the southern slope of the same rock, 280 meters from the Parthenon. The Acropolis Restoration Project. The Acropolis Restoration Project began in 1975 to reverse the decay of centuries of attrition, pollution, destruction from military actions, and misguided past restorations. The project included the collection and identification of all stone fragments, even small ones, from the Acropolis and its slopes, and the attempt was made to restore as much as possible using reassembled original material, anastylosis, with new marble from Mount Pentelicus used sparingly. All restoration was made using titanium dowels and is designed to be completely reversible, in case future experts decide to change things. A combination of cutting-edge modern technology and extensive research and reinvention of ancient techniques were used. The Parthenon colonnades, largely destroyed by Venetian bombardment during the 17th century, were restored, with many wrongly assembled columns now properly placed. The roof and floor of the propylaea were partly restored, with sections of the roof made of new marble and decorated with blue and gold inserts, as in the original. Restoration of the Temple of Athena Nike was completed in 2010. A total of 2,675 tons of architectural members were restored, with 686 stones reassembled from fragments of the originals, 905 patched with new marble, and 186 parts made entirely of new marble. A total of 530 cubic meters of new Pentelic marble were used. In 2021, the addition of new reinforced concrete paths to the site to improve accessibility caused controversy among archaeologists. Cultural significance. Every 4 years, the Athenians had a festival called the Great Panathenaea that rivaled the Olympic Games in popularity. During the festival, a procession, believed to be depicted on the Parthenon frieze, traveled through the city via the Panathenaic Way and culminated on the Acropolis. There, a new robe of woven wool, peplos, was placed on either the statue of Athena Polias in the Erechtheum, during the annual Lesser Panathenaea, or the statue of Athena Parthenos in the Parthenon, during the Great Panathenaea, held every 4 years. Within the later tradition of Western civilization and classical revival, the Acropolis, from at least the mid-18th century on, has often been invoked as a critical symbol of the Greek legacy and of the glories of classical Greece. Most of the artifacts from the temple are housed today in the Acropolis Museum at the foot of the ancient rock. Geology. The Acropolis is a clip consisting of 2 lithostratigraphic units, the Athens schist and the overlying Acropolis limestone. The Athens schist is a soft reddish rock dating from the late Cretaceous period. The original sediments were deposited in a river delta approximately 72 million years ago. The Acropolis limestone dates from the late Jurassic period, predating the underlying Athens schist by about 30 million years. The Acropolis limestone was thrust over the Athens schist by compressional tectonic forces, forming a nappe or overthrust sheet. Erosion of the limestone nappe led to the eventual detachment of the Acropolis, forming the present-day feature. Where the Athens schist and the limestone meet, there are springs and karstic caves. Many of the hills in the Athens region were formed by the erosion of the same nappe as the Acropolis. These include the hills of Lycabettos, Areopagus, and Mouseion. The marble used for the buildings of the Acropolis was sourced from the quarries of Mount Pentelicus, a mountain to the northeast of the city. Geological instability. The limestone that the Acropolis is built upon is unstable because of the erosion and tectonic shifts that the region is prone to. This instability may cause rock slides that cause damage to the historic site. Various measures have been implemented to protect the site, including retaining walls, drainage systems, and rock bolts. These measures work to counter the natural processes that threaten the historic site. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and share this video. And subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, to be notified when a new video is released.